Hello, when you say love is blind, actually is not a lie. Yes, love is blind, and they can really see it from God. Do you know, if tungekuwa vetted so that we can get to heaven, ama so that God can bless us? So if God was to bless you according to how good you are, I'm very sure no one would have made it to heaven. Yes. So that is to tell you that everyone has got that side that we don't know. Everybody has got that weakness that we don't know. But me as a pastor, if I come here and preach about holiness, don't fornicate, don't commit adultery, it sounds a good teaching, of which we should preach against that though, because it's against the will of God. We should preach that. But at the end of the day, you may preach about fornication, sexual immorality, but me, I'm struggling with something like anger. And at the end of the day, God hates people that have got anger. He does not hate those people, he hates the character of that anger. I may come here and preach about love your people, help your people, do that and that. It looks good because that's my strongest part. Me, I can love people, I can help anybody, I can fight for people that are oppressed and everything. And it may look good according to the society. But deep down, I'm struggling with something like greed for money. Yes, I'm struggling with that. I may be stealing from my boss. I might be stealing from my business corrupt, as only that I'm preaching from my strongest point. But at the end of the day, if God was to vet people so that we can get to heaven, actually no one would have got to heaven, because everybody has got that weakness. But at the end of the day, I can shock you that in heaven, you'll find drunkards getting to heaven. People that were born again. You'll find someone who was born again, mwenye alikuwa ni fornicator, adulteress, getting to heaven. You'll find them there. You'll find people that they were a bit arrogant in the church, and you'll find them in heaven. So why does God have to overlook all these things? It's because he loves us so much. And as long as he loves us, anakuwa love blind. He doesn't see anything. He assumes like there's nothing wrong with that. Because of the love that he has for us. You remember in the Old Testament that people will misbehave to the core, and God will come and kill those people, punish those people. But in the nature of God, the nature of God is to forgive. When God is punishing you, he's not punishing you because he wants to do so. He's punishing you because that is not because he's anchored. He has come out of patience to do that. But the nature of God is to love and is forgive always. That's him. God is not God when he's punishing people. God is God when he's loving people. For example, when you're triggered by somebody, you get angry, you get mad. But after that, you sit down and say, what have I really done? Because that is not your character. That is not who you are. Though you are angered by a person, though that person upsetted you, though that person triggered you, but at the end of the day, as long as you punish or you got angry and revenged, you'll come to regret about that action. Why? Because your nature is to be a peaceful person, is to love person, is to make sure that you don't hurt anyone. But a small moment can make you to come out of your place. So God's nature is to love, to forgive. His nature is not to punish people, to kill, or to judge. So wakati Jesus came and died for us, God came into his nature, that to forgive and to love. Do you know someone can come with machete and slash you? And if that person goes before God and said, God, I'm sorry, is either alifanya kitaka ka ama ataki, God will still have mercy on that person. So the fact that someone has done you wrong, it does not mean automatically it is a must that person, God must punish the person. Though there is a repercussions of what we do, but at the end of the day, God will have to forgive the person. Remember, Cain has killed his brother Abel, and God is coming to ask Cain, have you seen your brother? Where is he? God knowing very well what has happened. And Cain, with his audacity, he has power, he has voice energy to reply to God, I'm not my brother's keeper. Why are you asking me? Imagine. And God punished Cain. And Cain tells God, God, this punishment is too much. And God comes and says, Sasa, no one will touch you. I will protect you. Imagine. Someone who has killed, someone who has talked bad against you, you being God, you can protect the same person and warn people not actually even to touch Cain. So now that's the nature of God. When it comes to love, God becomes blind automatically. He overlooks everything and he prioritizes you over anything. That's why the Bible says that there's nothing can separate you from the love of God. May it be the angels in heaven, may it be the sin, may it be the poverty, may it be the curse. There's nothing. Even him himself, he cannot separate himself from you, because loving is his nature. Remember, Bible says that who does not know God does not know love. So in short, defining God is saying love. You have defined God. So God is love himself. And I wonder, why do we have to do wrong? Then we get out of church. Tuna step away from church. That because you did wrong, you can never preach in the church. You can never serve as an usher because you are so guilty. You drop coming to church because you feel like you are fornicating and you are doing all that. You have done something that is wrong. You dropping from that place that you are dropping, God, you think that you are pleasing God. No, you are not pleasing. You are actually upsetting him because he's not seeing what makes you not to go to church, not to serve him. At the end of the day, you dropping does not mean you are becoming holy. You are going to become a professional sinner. You'll do whatever you are doing. So this is to tell you that the journey of salvation is not a perfect journey, but through the life of Christ, we are righteous and we are perfect before his eyes. So let nothing make you feel guilty. Guilty, it is a game that the devil plays to manipulate people and to remind them of who they are, of their past. So this is a wake-up call. Don't let anything separate you from serving God. You with your weakness, keep on serving God. God is not seeing your weakness. He's seeing the heart of serving. Remember, David did everything that was dirty. And at the end of the day, God said, I've not seen a man after my heart like King David. So God looks the heart of serving him, the desperation, the love behind it. The love behind serving his will, not you, what you are doing with your weakness. This is not to encourage sin, but this one is to tell you that the love of God is good enough to perfect you. Don't forget that I love you and Jesus Christ loves you even more.